This is Project 1, Stage 3. We are placing external images. This is putting in an Adobe Illustrator file. We're not going to do anything we haven't really done on placing the file when we were placing things into Illustrator. It's pretty much the same thing. Go up to File, hit Place. We're going to pick up the logo, and we're going to say open to that. We're going to show the import options. They're similar to when we brought in a PDF file. We have the crop to, and you can, if the drop down that you can select different items. Layers, we have the ability to keep layers as they are or to change things around. We're just going to leave those as they are and say OK. Then put that thing up in the corner, right up in that. It should pop right into those guides and just drop that in place. The next thing we want to do is take a look at frame fitting, and this is different. We want to click on the auto fit function. So the next thing that we want to be able to do is go up to our edit, and we're going to edit our preferences so that our interface gives us immediate line screen drawing. Now if yours is on anything else, change it to immediate. We want everything to go rather quickly, so that will demand a little bit more from your computer. So the next thing we want to deal with is resizing that logo. We want to check that that auto fit is still checked on there. We're going to click the bottom right hand corner of that frame and drag it up to make the frame smaller. So we want to get a feedback on the height on that, which you may not be able to see your cursor. We want this to be a height of 1.6 inches. And I've got mine a little too small. Height of 1.6, 1.63, 5961. You know what? We'll do some adjusting on that later. Uncheck the auto fit option. It's not quite doing exactly its job anyway. So what we want to do is click on this fit content proportionally. There we go. Fit content proportionally. Fill frame proportionally is going to resize it so that the frame is full, but that doesn't give us the whole thing. If we go to fit content to frame, it's going to squish it. If we fit frame to content, it's going to, well, actually that's going to be the next thing we're going to do. One of the things we want to be able to do next is move the cursor inside that resized frame, and we're going to slide the using the content grabber to move things around. So with the frame content selected, select the top left reference point, which mine is already selected, and we're working within the box that we've got. We want our X plus field to 0, and then you can escape to return the frame to the frame of the selected object. So let's go back and select the frame. I didn't press escape, I clicked off, sorry. And then fit frame to content. So do that. That's going to automatically resize this. Now the other thing I need to clean up, because my height is a little bit off, so I can go in 1.6 on that, changing my height to what it should be. I can then go back in and I can, and I'm used to doing it this way, I can do fit content proportionally, and then I can again go in and fit my frame to content, making sure that I haven't changed a position. I want my transform, and I did, so I am going to take this whole thing and slide this over and put it back in the corner so that I'm at 0.25, 0.25, and I'm where I'm supposed to be. The next thing we're going to work with is putting an image into an existing frame. So let's go down to the bottom, and I believe we've already done this when we were working in Illustrator. We placed images into the frames that we created, and we also did it in Photoshop. It's pretty much the same thing. With the selection tool, you're going to click into one of those empty graphics frames, which is selecting all of them, and open the layers panel. So let's go find our layers panel. Do we have our layers open? Yes, there it is. There's my layers. If you don't have it, go to Window and get layers. There's my layer 1. I show that I have a group, and then I'm going to select that first rectangle. In the Properties panel, I want to check that auto fit thing. Okay, that's going to mean that whatever I bring in is going to auto fit. And choose Fill Frame Proportionally from the Fitting menu. So that should be selected, but we're also going to pick the top left corner for the alignment proxy, and then say OK to that, and then select the fourth frame to select it, and we're going to basically do the same thing for each one of those. We have to do these kind of separately. If we do this all as the same thing, we're going to have a little bit of a problem because it's going to try to place everything in that group. It's not quite right. So Fill Frame Proportionally and say OK, and again make sure that you're selecting that top left. It should come up that way. Auto Fit, Fill Frame, and I think that's pretty much the default on this, as long as you select the Auto Fit and Fill Frame Proportionally. Nope, I guess not. Let's go from there. Let me back up on this and double check that I didn't. Yeah, I think I missed them. Okay, let's do that. Got it on the first one, missed on the others. I did not get this one. Okay, so I should have all of those completed. Okay, so now that I have all of that, I'm going to click off to deselect, and then I am going to go to File, Place, because otherwise I'll shoot things right into there, and I am going to Control click to pick up the coffee, the cream puffs, the fruit, the peppers, and the spices, and set Open. In the dialog box, if that comes up, that's because I forgot to deselect opening up the properties. So just OK, 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 OK to all that. And I'm going to start by clicking and placing each one of these in a box. And then save your file.